What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Upper Tier podcast. Tonight is NXT Halloween Havoc, which will hopefully be a great pay-per-view. It is already shaped up to be a great pay-per-view, and this is your preview for tonight. First of all, we got Jacy Jayne versus Tatum Paxley for the NXT Women's Championship. I'm actually very excited for this match. I think Tatum Paxley has gotten an opportunity at the North American title before, and she did not come out on top, sadly. Do I think tonight is the night? No. As much as I would absolutely love that, they have made Jacy Jayne out to be the most beatable champion in NXT history, and she has proven every single person wrong. So I think her reign will continue tonight, as much as I would love Tatum Paxley to win. I think we got Jacy Jayne retaining, and that is my prediction, Jacy Jayne. Next up, we got the Hardys versus Dark State in a broken rules match for the tag team titles. This should hopefully be a great match, a really fun match. Dark State finally getting the rematch after losing the titles at NXT versus TNA Showdown, and they also had a great reign. I think I'm going to go with the Hardys to retain on this one. Next up, we got Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams. This match will be very interesting. Obviously, since Ricky debuted in NXT, he has been brilliant. He's been the star that NXT needed. He's been on screen every week, consistent work, and overall just doing a pretty solid job. Trick Williams, on the other hand, I feel like it's kind of become a common occurrence now with WWE that just kind of shove them into the title picture and keep them there. So if Trick Williams isn't in the TNA World title picture, he's in the NXT Championship title picture, and I kind of just wish they'd get him out of it, if I'm being quite honest. He's an amazing talent, but bring him up to the main roster. I think it's time to bring him up to the main roster, possibly joining Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping this is his last shot at the title for a while. I'd kind of like some new and fresh faces to face Ricky for the title. That being said, I don't see Ricky losing the title anytime soon. Obviously, as I said, he's done an absolutely solid job as champion so far and since coming into NXT. So I can't really see him having a long reign or a short reign. And I'm just hoping to give him the reign that he deserves. That being said, I am going to have to go for Ricky to retain. In fact, I'm kind of praying to God that Trick Williams doesn't end up winning the title back. I'd kind of just like to see him out of the picture just for a while even, or as I said, move him up to the main roster. Just don't have him in the title picture all the time. It'll ruin it. Fans will get bored of it. I know I'm quite bored of it at the moment, and maybe some of you are. So yeah, Ricky to retain. Next we got Ethan Page versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. for the NXT North American Championship in a Day of the Dead match, which would be interesting to see. I'm not too sure what that is. I presume it's some sort of street fight, or along the lines of that. Maybe they might hit each other with a skeleton or a witch's broom or something like that, you know. It's kind of silly at this point. I feel like WWE are overusing all these stipulations, like money matches and Day of the Dead matches, and just any stipulation possible, really. I think it kind of takes away from the speciality of the match, and it's kind of one of those situations. If you use that stipulation over and over again, the fans are gonna kind of turn on you and not really want it. So yeah, That being said, though, Ethan Page has had a phenomenal reign as North American champion and has done an absolutely solid job. I'm kind of wishing they kept the Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, two proud Canadians. I wish they kind of kept that story going. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. But that being said, I think I got to go with Ethan to retain. I think that one's pretty obvious. And yeah, I'm kind of hoping he keeps the title for a bit longer, to be honest. His work has been absolutely stellar. Next up, we got the young OG and the youngest in charge, Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus Mr. Iguana and La Parka in a tag team match. This should be a really fun match, actually. I think over the past few weeks we've seen a lot of AAA on WWE TV and just AAA and WWE pay-per-views or special episodes in general, and they've all been really stellar, really, really good, and there's some phenomenal talent in AAA. So there is Mr. Iguana being one of them, and he has become a familiar face over the past maybe 2-3 months in WWE, which I think is really, really cool. He is brilliant. Leon Slater, I did an interview with a few weeks back. If you haven't seen that on the channel, do go back and check that out. Really nice, really genuine lad. His passion is absolutely flowing out of him, and he is super, super talented. So yeah, Javon Evans and Leon Slater to win that match. And finally, it was announced that Sol Ruca, due to an injury on SmackDown against the tag team champions Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, she sustained an injury on SmackDown, leaving her not being able to defend the title at Halloween Havoc. Obviously, Blake Monroe was first in line to get that championship match, and she wasn't going down without a fight. So obviously Sol saying she can't compete, and Zarya stepping in and saying, why don't I defend the title for you, you know? So that is exactly what we are getting. We are getting Zarya versus Blake Monroe. Zarya defending the title on behalf of Sol Ruca. This will be a very interesting match. To be honest, I can kind of see it go both ways. I can see it maybe them having Blake Monroe pick up the Women's North American title and have Zarya be the one to lose it. It wouldn't be fair on Sol Ruca, but I think it will create a brilliant storyline and a creative way of breaking up Zaruka, as they call themselves. But I can also see them having Zarya pick up the win, retain the title for Sol, and that's what they need. We've seen they've had problems over the past few weeks, so maybe if Zarya is to retain, it could resolve all those problems. So yeah, I can see this match going either way, and to be honest, I don't mind who wins. I wouldn't mind Blake Monroe winning, as she's done an absolutely phenomenal job since joining NXT. Or I don't mind Zarya retaining for Sol. So yeah, all it looks like a brilliant pay-per-view, to be honest with you. And that is at midnight tonight, Irish time. Don't forget to watch. Should be a good show, and we shall hopefully review it on Tuesday. Until then, everybody, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and that is your chef's kiss for the week.